Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Valparaiso University Alumni Association annual meeting. My name is Mike Nevergall, a proud member of the class of 2005, and it is my privilege to serve as president of the VUAA. As a graduate of VU, you are a member of the VUAA for life. Our mission is to foster lifelong Valpo spirit. We work in lockstep with the Alumni Engagement Office to keep alumni connected to VU and to one another. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for our annual meeting. To kick us off this morning, I am honored to introduce a fellow Valpo alumna. Colette Irwin Knott from the class of 1981 is currently serving as interim president-elect of Valparaiso University, the first woman to hold that position in the university's history, and the first alum to do so in the modern era. Colette had a successful career in public finance, retiring in 2014 as a partner of H.J. Umbaugh and Associates in Indianapolis. And since 2009, she has served as a member of the university's board of directors. As a student, Colette was a member of Phi Beta Chi sorority, what became Kappa Kappa Gamma, and served as its president. And she also spent a semester in Cambridge. Interim President-elect Irwin Knott, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, Mike, it's my absolute pleasure to be with you and the other members of the Alumni Association. And yes, I am indeed one of your comrades, and it's a privilege. You said that in your remarks, but it's a privilege for me to be with all of you I'm in the president's office right now. I have this beautiful view of campus, over to the chapel and to the library and so forth. And I just want to applaud your efforts in terms of your creativity with the Home at Homecoming weekend that you have put together and so forth. And you're right, it is indeed about the Valpo spirit and what goes on here at campus. And I've been thrilled after I have a few more decades later from when I was a student versus yourself, Mike, but I've been thrilled all these years later just to see and being here on campus day after each and every day, throughout the week, to see those good things that are happening here and what I will call those bright lights, because certainly the campus has changed. It's changed physically. There used to be the tundra, that we would walk across to classes. There used to be a different union, a different library, a whole host of things. So physically it's different. And I would say also the makeup is different, much more diverse. Students want to be fully engaged. I think I would admit, when I was here, maybe in the 80s, we were a bit more reticent and so forth. And so that, I applaud and so forth. And something that's been very impressive to me also is, and in terms of this year that's just been turned upside down in terms of COVID, certainly is the creativity that we've had to use in the classroom and what do the teaching modalities offer in terms of in-person and having hybrid classes and some online and so forth. And there's just been this great effort on the part of faculty and administrators to work together to put forth plans of how to keep that Valpo experience alive and well here on campus. And certainly many universities have done that across the country, okay? And some have worked and some have not. But what along with that creativity is just the sincere care that I see on this campus, which is amazing, and just how student focused everybody is. I mean, from the people that maybe are simply behind the, I would say counter, but now it's plexiglass, helping to serve to the faculty that are just amazing. I mean, I know I've served on alumni panels with some of you back in Indianapolis, and one of the things that stood out to me is just how frequently the fellow alumni panelists would talk about their professors and how impactful they were on their lives, and maybe those professors saw something in them that they didn't even know about themselves that just helped give them the confidence to move forward. So I'd say the creativity and the care that this campus puts forth, as well as the community. I mean, also we're seeing that as we face this challenge of COVID, in that while we put forth good plans and so forth, I mean, a plan is only as good as it can be implemented. And so as the students arrived here in August, I mean, it was something we're very mindful of, because I mean, I think some folks thought that a campus could only make it through this challenging issue for a few days or a few weeks or something. But here we are now several weeks later. But what my point in this is, the students were just so supportive. I mean, it was challenging, certainly, but you know, they wanted to have the Valpo experience. And because of that, we really saw the upperclassmen, you know, saying to the freshmen, you know what, we don't want to go back home like we had to so quickly back March. We need to work together. And just seeing that in action is thrilling. I mean, it really is, you know, in facing these challenges. So, and in fact, just earlier this morning, we've had student recruitment gatherings here in the chapel, socially distanced, and all these kinds of things, you know, and so forth. But I had the privilege of handing the first admission packet to a young woman as the very first student of next year's class. And it was very touching. It really was, because each and every one of you know what that Valpo's experience is and what it can do for your life, just as it has for my own. And I feel called to serve. I never imagined that I'd be sitting in this seat, but God has a plan, and I do feel called to serve, and it's my privilege to be with you all today. Thank you for all that you're doing, and the ambassadors that you are for this university, and the lives that you lead, because they truly are lives of service, and in our mission of cultivating hope. And many times I referred to John, first chapter, verse 5, about the light and the darkness, and how the darkness will not overcome that. And I get to see that each and every day on this campus. So keep up the great work. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. Thank you, Mike, for your leadership, as well as the other folks on your board, and enjoy this time.
Thank you so much, Colette. It's great to connect with you. It's great to hear how things are going on campus with the current students, and to know that in the midst of such a challenging time for so many, that we've got strong leadership at the helm in you. And so thank you for your leadership and service to the university. We're really blessed to have you.
My pleasure. And I will sign off now so you can get off.
I know you've got a lot of things going on today. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
This has been a good and very productive year for the VUAA, and I'm excited to share that our inaugural VUAA annual report will be hitting your email inbox very soon. So please be watching for that. It will share details and great pictures from the 2019-2020 fiscal year, which ended on June 30th. I'll just highlight a few items of business that the board has undertaken more recently. This summer's racial unrest led our board to have several very significant conversations about our own role in creating a more just future. And to that end, we stand in strong support of the university's newly released Action Agenda for Promoting Racial Equity and Inclusion. If you have not read this document, I encourage you to do so. It is located on the Valpo website. In particular, the VUAA looks forward to partnering with the university on action item 4.2, which calls for outreach to and program development with historically underrepresented groups of alumni, specifically naming alumni of color, international alumni, LGBTQIA+ alumni, and alumni who are veterans. I will be joining several other alumni in a working group this fall to begin that work and to start to make recommendations about what that looks like in the future. We also approved a new framework for recruitment of board members so that we can achieve a greater level of inclusion among our board and make sure that we have more diverse voices at the table. And finally, in response to the calls from a large group of alumni, we supported the call for a discussion of the Crusader mascot. Earlier this week, I nominated 2 alumnae for consideration by interim president-elect Erwin Knott to join a newly created task force, which will deliver to her a recommendation on the Crusader by the end of the calendar year. One of the great privileges of serving on the board each year is the review and the selection for our annual awards to faculty, to students, and to alumni. Just to see the variety of skills that you all as our alumni possess, the wonderful work that's happening on campus with our faculty members and their research, and the incredible work and lives that our students lead, and that we know that they will continue to lead when they graduate and leave Valpo. I'm pleased now to share the winners of these awards for the 2020 year. Starting with our 2020 faculty awards, we offer faculty awards in 2 different categories. We offer faculty development grants, which allow faculty members to pursue either additional research or attend a conference or pursue continuing education. And the winners for those grants this year are Amy Atchison from Political Science, Craig Gaylor from Mechanical Engineering and Bioengineering, Alana Karas from World Languages, Shaheen Nudahai from Mechanical Engineering and Bioengineering, Brooke Starkoff from Kinesiology, and Li Zhang from Health Science. This year's Distinguished Teaching Award was given to Robert Clark in the Chemistry Department. Our 2020 Distinguished Student Awards, our student awards are awarded by college to graduating seniors. So many of you may be with us. These are our newest batch of VU alumni and the newest members of the VU Alumni Association. From the College of Arts and Sciences, Carly Armour, Annika Brown, Samantha Burgett, Zachary Felty, Adelaide Johnson, Esosere Okunde, Jacob Roth, and Carmen Vincent. From the College of Engineering, Lydia DeMoss, Michael Donovan. From the College of Nursing and Health Professions, Elizabeth Brewer, Ty Snar. From Christ College, Catherine German and Joshua Sievert. From the Law School, Caitlin Murphy and Aaron Robbins. And from the Graduate School, Misty Hatch. And then our Alumni Award recipients. And we award Alumni Awards in a variety of different categories. So we'll just run through those different categories now. Our Alumni Achievement Award recipients for this year: Christine Zarinsky from the class of 1986, Donna Livingston Streufert from the class of 1961, Eugene Schoon from the class of 1980, Don Lewis from the class of 1972. Our Distinguished Alumnus Award, the highest award honor for an alum, this year goes to Alan Schmidt from the class of 1959. Our Outstanding Young Alumni for this year, these are alumni who are 40 and younger. Nita Mathur from the class of 2006, Sarah Benzik from the class of 2007, and EJ Ramos from the class of 2004. Our First Decade Alumni Award winners this year, celebrating their 10-year reunion from Valpo: Lindsay Gilman from the class of 2010, and Andrew Robinson, also from the class of 2010. Our Alumni Service Award recipients for this year: Connie Brueggemann Felton Brecher from the class of 1942 and the class of 1971 graduate school, Lindsay Jung Franson from the class of 2005, and Lisa Bame Rice from the class of 1998. Our Partners in Service Award recipients this year goes to Linda Davis Funke from the class of 2007 and Eric Funke from the class of 2004. And our Alumni Community Service Award recipients this year are Diane Martin from the class of 1972 and Dolores Spruth Woysick from the class of 1952. Our O.P. Kretzman Award recipients. These are alumni who have worked for the university. This year are Jeff Brown from the class of 1981, Rosalie Levinson from the class of 1973, Janet Lockridge from the class of 1999, Gail Peschel from the class of 1987, 1989, and 2000, and Suzanne Zentz from the class of 2010. And our honorary alumnus this year, given to Professor Emeritus Edgar Sene, who taught at VU from 1962 to 1995. Please join me in congratulating all of these award recipients for their accomplishments and the wonderful ways in which they have been ambassadors for VU in their communities and across the world. We also, at our most recent meeting, did several rounds of elections, both for the executive committee of the VUAA board, as well as for new members. And so I'll share that information with you. The executive committee for the board of directors in 2021 will be as follows. Chelsea Bradford Gordon from the class of 2016 will serve as president. Dan Trapp from the class of 2001 will serve as the first vice president. Rena Daphnis from the class of 2007 will serve as second vice president. Danny Carter, class of 2006 and 2008 masters, will serve as secretary. Sorry, Danny Carter Iddens. Liberty Zegan from the class of 2007 will serve as treasurer, and Brandon Tomlinson from the class of 2008 will serve as parliamentarian. And I will have 1 year as our immediate past president. We also newly elected 5 board members to begin their first 3-year term starting January 1st. And they are Nathan Atkins from the class of 2013 out of Annapolis, Maryland. Dawn Duncan, class of 1989 from Boston, Massachusetts. Jason Greer from the class of 1996 from St. Louis, Missouri. Louise Mundinger from the class of 1978 from Medford, Massachusetts. And Barbara Rui from the class of 1976 from Wethersfield, Connecticut. We are so excited for these 5 board members to be joining our board come January for their service. We're grateful for them and their willingness to step forward and be nominated as new board members for the coming year. We're also saying goodbye to a board member this year, retiring after 6 years of service, 2 terms on the board. We're saying goodbye and thank you to Kathy Hyvanen Tribble from the class of 1972. Kathy and I joined the board the same time. We're part of the same incoming class of new members, and it's been a delight to have her on the board. Kathy, we're so thankful for you and for your service. We look forward to seeing you at future homecoming gatherings and other things down the road. We would love for you to keep in touch with the VUAA. And there are many different ways that you can do that you can be involved, that you can volunteer with the university. If you are not receiving the regular Valpo alumni notes emails that come out usually twice a month, you should be. And we would love for you to send us your address updates, your email updates, your contact information updates, either to alumni@valpo.edu or on the website at alumni.valpo.edu/updatemyinfo. We'd also love to hear what's going on in your life. Let us know about new jobs, about moves, about marriages and births, great big trips, honors, and awards that you receive. We want to be able to celebrate those things with you and share those celebrations with your classmates. We also, a couple of years ago, started a new program for new births. So if you have a new baby or a new grandbaby in your family, we would love to send you a future Valpo alum t-shirt for that new child in your family to wear proudly and to be able to share the Valpo spirit with the next generation. We'd also love for you to participate. Every fall, the VUAA hosts the Alumni Day of Caring, which is an event for alumni across the country to organize together and serve together in their communities. We'd love for you to do that with us. This year was a little different, a little difficult because of the limitations in terms of group gatherings. So we'll look forward to doing that again next fall. We also have a number of virtual events, including this Homecoming at Home series that we're doing this week. And eventually, again, we will have in-person events. And so we look forward to greeting you on campus again when that's possible. We're going to draw some raffle winners. Mike, how are we doing this?
All right, so we have 3 winners that we have drawn at random. So I'll turn on my camera so people can see. So we would like to congratulate Michael Carriger, Janelle Duff, and Ron Oberla.
Awesome. And what are they getting, Mike?
We are going to have, I believe, some mugs to send them.
Well, thank you, all 3 of you, for being here this morning, and congratulations. Please be watching for your gift from the VUAA coming soon. I think we'll open it up now for questions, a little bit of Q&A. If anyone has any questions, you can post them in the comments of the Facebook Live. Mike, do we have any questions that have come in?
Not yet. We're waiting for the live stream to catch up.
Okay.
So, but I've got my phone here waiting, and we'll see what we get.
That works.
Kyle, the raffle winners again are Michael Carriger, Janelle Duff, and Ron Oberla. And Lisa, we're looking forward to hopefully having homecoming on campus again next year too. Troy, there is one other event this afternoon. Sorry, I'm blanking on words here. At 1 p.m., we will have a fraternity and sorority life update featuring Dr. Carrie Whittier from the Dean of Students office.
And then there's also Sunday Chapel tomorrow, right, Mike?
That is correct. 10 a.m. the chapel will be live streaming, and then at 11 a.m., if you register for that event too, we have a premiere on our YouTube channel of singing "Oh God, Our Help in Ages Past." And then next week, we do have a live streamed career panel, and we are working on getting the final details set for a virtual sensory-friendly concert. So make sure to check out alumni.valpo.edu for those events, or visit valpo.edu/homecoming.
I should say that normally, if we were together for homecoming, we would have honored all of our award recipients at a banquet last evening. We do hope to be able to do that in person, potentially even this spring. So that's sort of our target. And we look forward to honoring all of you and being together with you and your families. Obviously, this year just wasn't in the cards. So.
And I think that looks to be all of the questions that have come up.
Well, I'll just say thank you so much to everyone who joined us this morning. Thank you for taking the time out of your Saturday morning to join us virtually. We do wish that we could have been together on campus this year, but we'll look forward to doing that again next year and in the future. We're going to close with the alma mater. And so I'd ask you to join in bold singing wherever you are as we do the alma mater together here.